Hello and welcome to our podcast, Speaking of Conflict. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Teresa. And today we start our first episode talking about conflicts. This podcast will be basically all about conflicts, intercultural communication, which is your field of expertise, and mediation and conflict resolution, which is my field of expertise. Lisa, why do we do this podcast?
Because we love to fight.
Exactly. Martial art is completely our thing.
No, but seriously speaking, I mean, I'm coming from intercultural communication. I'm basically dealing with how is culture influencing our perspective, the way we communicate. That can often lead to misunderstandings. I guess we all know it when we go abroad or we are working in multinational teams. So I'm kind of interested, how far does culture go to influence us? Yeah. So maybe you can share your perspective. She's doing mediation, so she's more like the peace bringer to the conflict. So
yes, and I'm actually specialized on the economic field. So I'm working with companies, teams, CEOs, founders who have a conflict and need help to solve it. Because sometimes it can escalate, and then people think only about winning and losing. And my perspective is always to try to bring everyone to the table and make win-win, so that everyone leaves the conflict feeling like a winner and not winning over the other.
We both come from different fields, but we were kind of thinking that could fit together pretty well, because it's communication is the overall topic, right? It doesn't matter if it's the language, if it's gestures, etc. So we were focused, I guess, a little bit more on workplace issues. I guess everyone can relate to it, but of course you can take something from it as well for your private life.
Yes, because of course these are general ideas, and I think that's a good point also to explain how the podcast will be structured.
Yeah.
So we would always discuss a case with our personal experience and ideas, and also give you a theoretical input of a small video.
So you can basically have a quick overview about the subject we are talking about, because we know we have a very specific field, and there are some people who have never heard about mediation. I'm sorry to share, but often when you type in mediation, there comes meditation.
Yes, and I know that's not. And even my clients sometimes say, and so when do we start the meditation? You can start whenever you want to meditate, but I will not come to meditate.
Yes. And I mean, the same for me, intercultural communication. Everyone is like, okay, so what are you doing? Art? And I'm like, no. So basically, we know we come from very, very specific fields, but that kind of gives us the idea that we want to give input in this kind of field and regarding conflict and regarding communication, because as you know, communication is a huge field and it can lead to misunderstandings, to fights, etc. Sometimes only in the way we communicate, in the different styles and the different personalities, but of course also when it referring to work, on the positions, how to speak to your team colleague or your boss, or maybe there's also
sometimes we use the same word meaning something completely different because we associate something different with it. And so we will have to sum it up a little bit. We have a little educational part with a small video, and the rest will be also a little bit entertaining. So we will also, of course, share some laughter.
Because we are old friends. So we know each other since 5th grade. So be merciful with us. We're gonna laugh in between, or I don't know, highlight some work.
Actually, to share it.
Share it.
She's the friend I cannot see without laughing. Sometimes you have those friends where you talk about serious topics, and we do that too. But there's never one time where we do not laugh about at least one thing. And she brings out the most silliest side of me. Yeah. So if I try to be serious in other contexts, Remember the throwing contest when we were in your kitchen? I'm like, let's do a throwing contest with the potatoes.
Oh my God.
I was like, I really wanted to throw the. No, it wasn't potatoes. It was pasta. It was like this pasta, but you know those buns when the pasta is swirled into like a small bun. And I was like, I don't want to drop it. I want to throw it. Let's see how many we can throw into the boiling water.
Yes, and also like
I normally don't do this. It's not my normal habit to throw.
But also context. I mean, my family knows to do this since she's a kid, since fifth grade, and it's kind of like the same with your parents, with me. So we feel really comfortable with each other.
She has seen all the ugly sides of me, so
and all the good and funny sides, of course. Yeah. But come back to the subject of what we're actually doing. So we both we decided to do it because we're friends, and also because we have this kind of expertise from that field to bring together. So you will get information and input, but also like a very down to earth and funny side of us. So we are very excited to do it. This is basically our introduction, and we will start soon with a little bit more input basically and start with the content. But we wanted to introduce ourselves and say hi to you guys.
And last thing,
Yeah.
if you have any topics where you feel like this would be interesting, we want to learn about something, maybe you have a specific case at work, you can send it in to us and we analyze it and give you ideas what we would do.
Yeah.
So always feel free. You, of course, you can will not share personal names or anything.
Yeah.
But you can always inform us, and we will try to help your specific case.
Exactly. So
let's rock it.
Let's rock it.